Us, I'm Erica Lopez.
And I'm Lawrence Cafidi. Let's send it on over to Chris. Chris, are we going to be cooling down anytime soon? Is it going to feel like December? What do we got?
Next week, it's as we flip the calendar over to January, it's actually going to feel like December. But until then, it's going to feel more October-like as we head over the next few days. Meantime, Eisenhower Johnson tunnels, things moving smoothly here. They certainly were not last night. It was pretty rough in the mountains at times last night, but the good news is right now, things are mostly quiet. That said, I think we will be talking about some slick spots here in the high country later on today. Highs today, mid-50s for us. Clouds will increase, about a 30% chance for an afternoon rain or snow shower after about 4 o'clock or so. Most of us stay dry. These are much lower odds and much lower coverage, and also totals compared to what we had last night. We saw quite a bit of rain. In some cases, we came close to an inch of rain out in say, West Arvada last night. This won't be nearly to that degree, but maybe a few drops of rain later on this evening. Temperatures right now, a lot of 20s for us across the state, some single digits in our usual cool spots. High temperatures today will top out in the 30s, 40s for us in the high country, 50s out on the eastern plains. And that forecast we had over the next few hours, clouds will increase. We'll get those temperatures up to about 50 for us by early this afternoon. Radar, we're going to be mostly on the quiet side right now, but we've got that snow that'll spread on in from the west, and that'll lead to several waves of mountain snow for us starting today, and that won't entirely shut off until probably about Saturday. So mountain snow, probably our main story, with perhaps a widespread 5 to 15 inches of snow likely for us along and north of I-70 between today and Saturday morning, and then another wave of mountain snow likely for the early part of next week. So the mountains, it's been a while since we've had a good storm. We're going to get a series of them coming up over the next few days. Of details on that, as well as a look at that overall Denver forecast for you in just a couple of minutes. I'll send things over to Erica now for a look at traffic.
Chris, thank you so much. Right now, we are getting reports of a crash on southbound 225. We're getting you started with a live look in that area, 225 and Iliff. This is about the area where we're getting that crash reported. Can't see it in the camera. That, of course, does not mean it's not happening. Southbound lanes are headed toward us this morning, and that's where we're seeing a lot more headlights, and you can just kind of see how slowly volume is moving. So I want to take you over to our map and kind of check in, give you some context as to where this is if we're able to switch over to our map this morning. So 6 to 7 minute backup is already what we're seeing. Again, southbound 225 crash approaching Iliff, slow to about Mississippi. Rest of 225 though clear. We're clear on the northbound side. If you're jumping on the interstate at Parker headed toward I-25, you're going to be fine, but it's through that Aurora stretch that it's going to be slow for you. Rest of our area still looking fantastic. No issues coming into Commerce City. Westbound 76 in the green, 11-minute commute time if you're heading in from E470.
New this morning, road construction projects are underway to add and fix sidewalks along Quebec Street.
Yeah, 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is live in Denver this morning. Brianna, city officials say the project will last a couple months, so we should buckle in and expect some road closures in that area.
Yeah, you can definitely see the cones right behind me, right along Quebec Street. So we know Quebec Street, 13th and Quebec, between Colfax and 13th. We know that area was recently being remodeled because of these sidewalks improvement projects that they're doing, that the city is doing. But this project still has a long way to go. So take a look at your screen. Here's a map, a detour map that can help you out if you usually take Quebec Street. So starting next Thursday, we're going to see more closures on Quebec. So Quebec Street between Colfax and 17th Avenue will be closed until February 17th. And then the following day, Quebec Street between 17th and Montview Avenue will be closed until April 3rd. So construction will happen during the week and will reopen segments on weekends. And unless you live in the area or you're a crew member working on the project, you won't be allowed to get through the area. City officials say that this is all part of their Quebec Street Mobility and Pedestrian Safety Improvement Project.
These segments were chosen, approved by voters. And this is a section of Quebec that's, it's an important stretch. It's a busy stretch, and it's a transit corridor. So we have people walking to bus stops there. And in some cases, they're just walking in dirt. If it's rainy, if it's snowy, it's not a great environment for walking or to reach these bus stops.
Yeah, definitely not ideal, especially if you usually walk through Quebec Street. So the project will cost $3.8 million, and this was approved by Denver voters. Those funds come from Elevate Denver Bond and Rise Bond projects. So this will allow crews to expand the narrow sidewalks, add sidewalks to sections that need them, improve bus paths, plus upgrade traffic signals down the road along 17th and Quebec Street. So the good news is that they're only closing sections of Quebec Street, and it's going to go on for a couple of months, like I just mentioned. So we know that they're only working on this project during the week. On weekends, they'll reopen that part of Quebec Street. So that is some good news, because originally the city was planning to finish this project for fall of 2025. Because they're able to close sections of Quebec Street and kind of work a little bit faster than during the week, they're actually going to be able to complete this project earlier than they anticipated, so spring of 2025. So that is some good news, because this is some much needed improvements along Quebec Street. For now, I'm live here in Denver. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
And Brianna, we know that stretch of Quebec is busy just off of Colfax between 13th and 17th. So a good reminder for delays and closures. So thank you so much this morning. We appreciate your reporting.
3 people are recovering this morning after a taxi hopped a curb in a popular tourist area of Manhattan on Christmas Day. According to law enforcement, the cab veered onto the sidewalk at 6th Avenue near Herald Square. At least 6 people were hit. 3 people, including a 9-year-old boy, were taken to the hospital. All 3 are expected to survive. 3 others refused medical attention at the scene. We don't know what caused the crash, but an NYPD spokesperson says the driver may have suffered a medical episode. No charges have been filed.
In downtown Indianapolis, crews are demolishing a historic church after it was destroyed in a massive fire. Take a look at this video. Oh my goodness, flames ripped through the building early Christmas Eve morning. Officials say no one was in that building when the fire started. No one was hurt, but they're trying to figure out how it all started. The church was built in 1875, and it was home to the city's first Lutheran congregation.
A judge has delayed the trial for Ryan Ruth, the man accused of the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump. His trial is now set for September 2025. It was previously scheduled for February. Ruth's attorney asked them for a delay, saying that there was a lot of electronic evidence to look through. Ruth is facing 5 charges. He's pleaded not guilty to all of them.
President Joe Biden marked Christmas Eve with a flurry of legislation, signing 50 bills into law just weeks before leaving office. Among the key measures is to stop Institutional Child Abuse Act that creates new federal standards for youth residential programs following Paris Hilton's testimony about her abuse at a treatment facility. Biden also officially designated the bald eagle as the national bird, a status that's long been associated with the species but was never formally confirmed. Other laws include the No Corruption Act, which cuts pensions for lawmakers convicted of corruption, and the Stop Campus Hazing Act, which sets federal standards to combat hazing on college campuses.
Biden's final days in office also saw historic pardons and clemency orders for federal inmates. It has President-elect Donald Trump promising to direct the Department of Justice to pursue the death penalty more aggressively once he takes office. In a post on Truth Social, Trump criticized President Biden's decision to commute the sentences of 37 federal death row inmates to life in prison, saying it makes no sense. Trump reiterated his commitment to law and order, vowing to protect American families from violent criminals.
And there's no 2 ways about it. It's been a rough December in the high country. Skiers and snowboarders, you've been begging me, I have no control over it, of course, for some snow for us in the high country. You will get some over the next few days. Last night, this is just the beginning. This is not exactly a powder day by Colorado standards, but a few inches of fresh snow for most of the high country. But again, this is the tip of the iceberg. We get snow today, tomorrow, and Saturday. I'll show you how much coming up in my full forecast in a couple minutes.